theirs. I'm forever thankful to a lot of people for the person I have become. Current kids I work with and ones I have worked with in the past, I am forever thankful to. I love and continue to love someone with autism. At this time, I'd like to introduce our next presenter, Christy Brady. Christy welcomed me into her house to work with her amazing son, Sam, about 5 years ago. Both Christy and Sam taught me a lot about working with children on the spectrum. Sam taught me a lot about myself, and every day I met with him, he brought a smile to my face. Christy and Sam are here tonight to tell you about their journey. I now welcome Christy Brady.
Loving someone with autism. When I was 21 years old, I gave birth to Sam. Sam's due date was 17th of March, but we didn't have him until April 23rd. He had the gestation period of an elephant, pretty much. Not that big. He had a hole in his heart, so they kept him in longer till it closed up. I brought Sam home from the hospital, and he never cried. And I had to set alarms to feed him because he wouldn't make a beat. He would just stare at the ceiling fan. I was young, but I knew something wasn't right. He stared out into space, was in his own little world. We started his immunization shortly after that, and he ended up having a fever of 107.5, which is literally like a 0.1 before really bad stuff happened. They got it down. He had an allergic reaction to something that was in the shot. But it scared the heck out of me, and we were living in Georgia in the middle of nowhere. And I said, I'm going home to Pennsylvania where they have real doctors. So we came back here. His health didn't get better with his age, and he had no immune system. He kept getting sick, everything. He'd catch every cold. He didn't talk, he didn't walk, he was latent, rolling over and sitting up. His brother's 15 months older than him, so I kind of knew he was missing milestones because his brother was climbing everything, and I was trying to chase him while Sam kind of just sit there. Sam would stare at you with these big eyes, and you could see he was thinking, and he was trying to tell you stuff, and he'd get so frustrated, he'd bite, he'd scream, he'd throw a fit, and I didn't know what to do. And lucky for me, I went to a doctor's office, and there was a pamphlet that said early intervention, CDD, and there was a number, and I called the number, and they set up an appointment for somebody to come to the house, and they said, you know, you should take him to a pediatric neurologist. So I did, and we went to Jersey, and we met this man, and he proceeded to tell me that Sam was autistic. Like, he was telling me the color of the sky, and that he would never talk, and most likely he was going to have mental retardation, and I should find a place to put him. I picked up Sam, who'd been sitting on the floor playing with something that was silver and spinning it, and said, okay, and I left. I didn't say another word to him. We drove right to Barnes & Noble's, and I bought every single book on autism they had there. And I started reading them. And I called the number for early intervention again. And the amazing people there showed up at my house. And Mary Almquist was at my house. And I cried when John was talking about her because she said, there's hope. You don't have to be afraid. We can do stuff. This is not a death sentence like that awful, awful doctor had told me. She came with Mary Gordon and this wonderful woman named Evelyn from HMR, and they gave me hope and lots of options for Sam. So our adventure began. Sam got help, lots of it, and so did I. I was introduced to the Pissarros and Zita Kurtzman and so many amazing people in Ike Autism Support Services. Sam went to GATE, Country Yard Farm, color therapy, pet therapy, pretty much any therapy I found before we really had internet access and I was on a sign someplace we went to. Our whole lives were wrapped up in Sam being the best Sam he could be, not curing him, but achieving all of his dreams. I had to look at things differently in order to help Sam. The world was no longer black and white. It was multiple shades of gray, fuchsia, pink polka dots, purple dinosaurs. It was definitely not black and white. Sam got the miracle worker. This is what I'm going to call her till the day I die, because he got a TSS worker that when Sam would bite and kick and scream and throw things, she sat there and took it. Her name was Pat Renish, and she was tough. She was from the city. She didn't take any crap. I love that about her because I needed it. I didn't know what to do. She loved Sam, and because she loved him so much, she made all the difference with him. Sam began talking, he became toilet trained, he stopped biting people, he stopped biting himself. I was blessed to have such an amazing support system. This isn't always the case. I learned quickly, even though I was a young mom, that I did know what was best for Sam. I learned to trust my gut and fight as hard as I could for him to receive the services he was entitled to. This especially became a problem for us when Sam became more functioning, because people would say things like, he's smart, so he must not be autistic, or how autistic is he? He doesn't need supports till there's an incident. This would frustrate me because they didn't know what me and Sam had been through, and they didn't understand. They didn't care to understand. They're lazy. Then we did have an incident, and a bully in 5th grade broke Sam's 2 front teeth completely in half and busted his glasses, and they sent him on home on the bus like that. I pulled Sam out of school, like every overreacting, awesome autism parent would, and put him in cyber school. And we had a new set of problems because his socialization declined, because me and his cat were his 2 best friends. We worked really hard, and we got, again, really lucky, and we got a great TSS worker. Mr. Mike came to our house, and Sam was becoming a teenager, and he didn't really want to hear from me how he had to take showers every day and brush his teeth. And Mike was young and a guy, and he would listen to him, which was awesome. And he got in the shower regularly, and Mike was a fresh face. He was out of school, and he had new ideas, and that was awesome, because it wasn't the same, I'm going to play with puppets with you, with a 13-year-old boy. Yes, Sam loves puppets, he loves the Muppets, but he didn't want to play puppets. He wanted somebody who could relate to him, and Mike did that for him. And he gave him the strength to go back to public school in 9th grade. Sam started to fall back, and it was scary. It was super scary for him, super scary for me. But again, love was on our side, and there were new, way stricter rules about bullying that were not there before. And in the 4 years he's been at Fallback, he's a senior this year, he hasn't had a bullying incident except for with some mean girls. And I'm pretty sure just all girls or teenagers are mean. I have a daughter that's one, I'm pretty sure she's mean. Not intentionally, but it's just they can't help it. So that's the only thing we really had a problem with, and it really wasn't that bad. The hardest part for me as the mom of a now legally adult Aspie is that I can't take on all the ignorance for Sam. I can't protect him from everyone. I can't make people understand that even though Sam's brilliant and funny and kind, he still is on the spectrum, and he still sees the world differently. And a lot of his differences in behavior are way better than the atypical kids I've seen his age. And no matter how much he hides his feelings and he tries to hold things in, when people say things, and even about other kids, Sam feels it, and I can see it, and it's not fair, because if somebody's not verbal, Sam has friends that aren't verbal, people will say things in front of them like they're a potted plant, and they're not. They're there, they're present. They know what's going on 9 times out of 10 better than the rest of us do. And it becomes frustrating for Sam, it became frustrating for me. The biggest thing I've learned from Sam is that you can do anything with the support and love of your family and the people around you. This past year, Sam was Ichabod Crane in the production of Sleepy Hollow, which is a pretty big part. He's had solos in the choir. He even did a stand-up comedy routine up at the school. He's a member of the National Honor Society. He's been offered a full scholarship to a private college next year, which I don't want him to go to, but he's going anyway, because I'm convinced him. He's brutally honest, and yet incredibly kind. And I hate to think what would have happened if I believed that idiot doctor all those years ago and given up hope. I now see the world so differently, and I'm thankful for that difference. I'm happy we are weird, unusual, interesting people. I never want to be normal. I will let our freak flag fly. Sam is my hero, and it is my honor